So here is my pleasure to present Julio Mayol. He will give the first BJS lecture for the European Hernia Society. The topic we select is social media, online education, and global surgery, the future of abdominal wall surgery. So it's my pleasure to present my good friend, Julio Mayol. Thank you, Julio.
Thank you very much. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you to speak about social media and surgery, especially abdominal surgery. And it's a pleasure that Salvador invited me. We've been meeting each other since we were residents here in Sevilla and in Madrid. So it's a pleasure that now we can connect BJS, EHS, and us all together. I would like to, let's see, I would like to speak about social media, the digital age, and abdominal wall surgery, and address three main ideas. First, why should surgeons be on social media? Second, how? And third, what should they share on social media? And I would like to be brief. I don't want to consume a lot of time talking about this because I know that you have this General Assembly. But basically, since I am the secretary of the BJS Society and EHS is now part of the BJS Society, I would like you to know that the society, the BJS Society objectives are to advance and improve education in surgery and to diffuse knowledge on new and improved methods of teaching and practicing surgery in all its branches. And more importantly, we want to develop a strategic European partnership. We truly believe that a larger, robust society, a connected group of smart people will make surgery better and safer for all. So now, even under the current conditions, in the present situation, the digital age is influencing how we create our mind maps, or how our mindsets are built, and this will impact the development of surgeons' capabilities. And this is due to a lot of web-based platforms that can assist us in increasing knowledge and diffusing knowledge all over the world. So basically, I would like to address what surgical training is. And surgical training, from my point of view, is it's about establishing a professional relationship with people in need of care based on mutual trust and sincere communication. It also implies identification of conditions that may be treated and cured operatively. Surgeons should be able to contextualize the therapeutic decisions to fit patients' expectations and their personal circumstances. And we have heard about this with both BJS prizes. Surgeons should learn to carry out the appropriate procedures safely and effectively as a part of a surgical team. Surgery is not a game for one person. This is about a team and the social connections established. Then we must learn to provide adequate post-operative care in a coordinated manner. Then critically assess the outcomes and decisions of interventions, to formulate well-structured questions that can be approached scientifically to solve problems and not met needs. And finally, to contribute to educating oneself, the community, the students, colleagues, and other healthcare professionals. So this is surgical training, and it's a long lasting commitment. This is just a problem for trainees, for residents. We must continuously improve in all these aspects. So there are three main needs. We need knowledge, we need personal resourcefulness, and skills. Of course, three different aspects: interpersonal skills, psychomotor skills, and cognitive skills. And social media can help us to make this more powerful. We can increase the opportunities for people undergoing training to acquire knowledge, personal resourcefulness, and skills through social interactions. However, we have limitations. Before the digital age, there were barriers, and the main barrier to improve in all those three domains were size of the groups. It is well known, as a Dunbar's number, that 150 people is the number of any social group that we can connect with meaningfully to function effectively in social relationships. Beyond that, it's very difficult to remember names, to remember what they told us, and to learn from them. And basically, our learning process is guided by three elements. First, fear. We need to learn because if we don't learn, then we cannot provide the right care. Envy. Trained people call this benchmarking. They're doing it better. Virgen del Rocío, Salvador is doing this hernia repair better than me, so I need to improve. And then fantasy. If we do this, we create this hypothesis. If we do this, we will get better outcomes. And that's how this social group functions. The problem is the limitation of size. But there are two other barriers to the globalization of knowledge, to the democratization of knowledge. Time. We need to invest time, and we don't have the time to attend all the meetings where knowledge is shared. And then distance. We need to travel for long distances from Copenhagen to Seville to get together. Now, with the digital age, we can be in contact with all these resources. We can be in contact no matter what the distance is. And of course, we have developed technology. BJS is one of the technologies developed to diffuse knowledge, trying to skip those barriers. But then, the beginning of the 21st century, social media appeared. What is social media? It's a myriad of web-based platforms that take advantage of user-generated content and info mediation. Basically, people who are connected, shared text, pictures, links, short videos, or even live videos, streaming. There is something interesting, is that these social media platforms are somewhat addictive. Why? Because we are liked. The content that we share is liked by others, or is retweeted for Twitter. And we humans love to be liked. We do whatever is necessary to be liked by others. So the more likes we get, the more involved and engaged we become. This gives a way to viral dissemination of content. What we share goes and travels beyond our limited 150 Dunbar's number people connected to us. It becomes viral. It is not a good name right now to use or term viral, but that's how knowledge and ideas travel within networks. And then one additional advantage is that we can get data, we can analyze it and visualize it. So by doing that, we enter a new era of computational sociology and psychology, something that was unavailable 20 years ago. So the question is, can a deeply superficial tool like Twitter, in this case, a web-based microblogging application and social media platform used by celebrities to let us know what they ate last night or what dress they wore, contribute to global social knowledge dissemination through the banal actions it supports? In this case, tweeting. And the answer is yes, it can. And knowledge is disseminated through four different actions. First is connection. It has been described by Rebecca Grossman recently and BMG innovations. First is connection. People, accounts on Twitter get connected, and once the network is formed, ideas are shared, and they travel as an infection. That's contagion. It is quite useful to use that to make knowledge available globally. Then adherence to the network is promoted by social interactions, through likes and retweets. So people learn that what they share is meaningful to others, and they get engaged and want to share more. As a result, they generate impact. Impact is publications and conversations, face-to-face meetings, or even digital meetings like this one. What is shared online, on social media? Both explicit and tacit knowledge. We are very used to explicit knowledge. That's what we usually publish in BJS or BJS Open. But more important than explicit knowledge is tacit knowledge. Those subtle things that we learn when we interact face-to-face with Salvador, and he explains how he does this because it's something that cannot be really described in a publication because it's not that scientific. So we share opinions in conversations. Of course, presentations are very easily shared. We have meetings like this. We share articles, videos, and visual abstracts. That is a way to concentrate knowledge in a very visual form, very practical form, taking into account that we have less and less time. We need to make a judgment. We need to make a call quickly to decide whether we continue reading or we just skip it and go to another paper or to another meeting. And there is something going on behind this social interactions. We are about to publish in BJS Open what is beyond the hashtag. Hashtag seems like something simple. It's this tag that we use to identify tweets. And there are connections, there are conversations that happen behind what we officially see on Twitter, that what most of us can learn from a direct interaction with our platform. However, these conversations can be extremely meaningful and then useful to make knowledge more vastly available at a global level. The question would be for any individual user, any EHS member who is thinking about joining social media, what is the return on investment for all the time is money, that we invest on social media? First, reputation and influence. Then we can start research projects. We can have publications, and of course, impacts. And I will speak very briefly about altmetrics. So for example, digital reputation. The digital reputation of the European Hernia Society is increasing. And what is reputation? What others say about you. And people talk about you, whether you believe it or not. And then you become influential. To the right, the image on the right-hand side, you can see how EHS gets the message across from Melbourne to San Francisco, from Brazil to Denmark. And what is influence on social media? Is the ability to create an effect, change opinions and behaviors, and to drive measurable outcomes online. And that's what you are getting, whether you know it or not. Of course, we can measure these knowledge-based networks. This is EHS network. You may not be seeing this, but I can measure. Of course, I can be one of the most influential users, but that's the narcissistic part of social media. But look at the right hand side on your screen. You see that network of people connecting with you and sharing ideas and knowledge. very meaningful interactions. And how can we take advantage of this? How can we make it better? How can we make knowledge available where there was no way to obtain this beyond reading BJS? How can we do that? Of course, collaborative research is key, something we need to advance knowledge, we need to advance science. And there are examples like COVID search. COVID search has been a tremendous success because now we have better data, high quality data to make judgments, to make decisions about what to offer to our patients when they have to undergo surgery during this crisis. But there are other examples like SOMI for surgery or Cerebosque in Latin America. We can come together, we can ask questions. You remember, intelligence is in the questions, not in the answers, and then launch large initiatives to solve very complex problems with a lot of uncertainty. Of course, we always try to get publications and to get outputs, and BJS is about that, about publishing high quality papers. And when you look for social media and surgery, you see that increase on PubMed, and most highly cited publications over the last 2 or 3 years are related to social media and Twitter. So you can not only have fun on social media, you can also have outputs, and these outputs generate impact. And how we measure impact beyond impact factor. Now altmetrics can give us a better understanding of how the knowledge that we share circulates and is used by others to produce more knowledge or to solve problems. It is still at the very early stage, but this is just the beginning of a new way to look at the impact of the knowledge that we produce and share on society. Of course, there are risks. 2 main risks, the echo chamber and fake news. What I propose to solve those problems is connect more diversity, connect with more people, even with people you disagree with. If you only connect with people you agree with, you are in big trouble. More density of connections, speak more, learn more, teach more. And of course, free flow of information. That's the way to tackle the echo chamber and fake news. And then I invite you to join BJS and BJS Society and to follow Cutting Edge blog. This is a way to connect young surgeons and surgical trainees to share ideas, information, and to create this big community that help us to advance surgery, and especially abdominal wall surgery in your case. That's final. My last slide is why must abdominal surgeons connect? First, to communicate. Humans are humans because they can communicate effectively, to cooperate, to design new studies, to design new solutions for problems, and then to collaborate to implement those solutions. And if we don't fill that void, others will do it. Thank you very much.